Hey guys, welcome back to the Wall Street Bull. Anthony here. I hope you're all doing well and staying safe out there. Big shout out and thank you to every single one of you who have subscribed to the channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. If you're new to the channel, make sure you smash the subscribe button down there and turn on that little bell notification as well, because as you can see on the screen there, I love documenting my journey with investing with cryptos, dividend stocks, growth stocks, talking about passive income, building financial freedom, and yes, my goal at the end of the day is to build generational wealth. So come along this incredible journey. Things are just getting crazy in this space. Also, if you can give this video a thumbs up, watch it straight through, it would really help me push this channel out to a lot more people, because the YouTube algorithm is absolute magic when you do that. All right, let's get straight into it. Little disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor. Please do your own research and due diligence. It's very important with this stuff. I do not want to see anyone get financially hurt. That is why my number one golden rule is I only invest what I can afford to lose. And yes, we don't like to lose. We can lose money like that, especially in investing and in cryptos, mind you, as well. So please be careful out there. Do your own research, all right? This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. All right, ladies and gentlemen, formalities are out of the way. There is a lot happening in the crypto space, and that is, one of the reasons why I love it. Also, it's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It literally never stops, and I'm so bullish on it as well. And also, I just want to point out as well that I have not stopped my dividend stock investing either. I dollar cost average into my stock portfolio every single week. So I will give you all an update on what's happening with that as well, because I think that's important. I talked about diversification yesterday in my video, and I think that's very important. Anyway, let's go straight to the community tab. Obviously, the CFTC confirms in their obviously their report document in November 2017 that Ripple XRP is a virtual currency like Litecoin and Ethereum. That's facts right there. There was an interview I just watched last night on CNBC. I put that up obviously here. Discussing, cryptos in terms of what they are, commodities, and, what are, securities. It was very interesting to watch that. I did retweet that from Squawkbox, I think it's called. So we'll get into that in a second. It was really interesting. Obviously today, not many gainers in my portfolio in terms of crypto anyway, like it's just been all over the place and pretty flat. Obviously, which ones that I am buying? Obviously XRP, XDC, XLM, Luna. Is anyone buying Luna? 17% of you have said yes. 67% of you have said XRP. And I think it is literally going to be the only regulated cryptocurrency in this space. Honestly, the way things are going at the moment, I think it's literally going to be the one that's going to set a massive precedence for the entire crypto market. Just saying. Anyway, let's go to CoinSpot and see what the market is doing here in Australia. This is CoinSpot. I do buy my cryptos on here all the time. It's incredible. There is a referral link below. You can get $10 in Bitcoin if you use that. Please do your own research. And of course, all these prices are in Australian dollars. Just clarifying, no, they're not old. I see so many comments saying, oh, those prices are old. No, they're not old. They're actually relevant. And today, which is the 17th of the 5th, this year is absolutely flying. Bitcoin sitting at 43,000 Australian dollars right now. It is down nearly 2% today. Ethereum's at $3,000. You've got XRP at 63 cents. Now, that is a bargain. There's some updates about the lawsuit going on now, and I'll bring that up on the screen shortly. Cardano's at 84 cents. Solana's at $82. Dogecoin at 13 cents. Polkadot's at $16. You've got Matic at $1.03, up slightly today, which is nice. Crow's at 29 cents. You've got Near Protocol at $9 as well. Stellar XLM is at 20 cents. Link's at $11. That is incredibly cheap as well. I might add some Link into my portfolio. Algorand's at 70 cents as well. You've got Hedera at 15 cents, one of my favorites, and the governance board on Hedera is absolutely ridiculous. Big corporations on there, guys. So again, I don't think it can fail, but you never know. Moving on, VeChain is at 4 cents. Supply chain logistics are going to be massive coming into the blockchain era that we're all moving into, this transition. VeChain is going to be the one that I think is going to be doing big things, guys, really big things with institutions and corporations around the world. You've got the Graph at 26 cents. You've got Axie Infinity at $29, down nearly 10% today. Again, I took a massive hit on that, so I'm down significantly on Axie Infinity. I'm staking that on CoinSpot as well. You've got IOTA at 57 cents. Quant is $106, which is bullish. Waves is at $9. Again, I sold out my Waves and I put that into Axie Infinity, and basically everything's gone down. Zill's at 7 cents. I was trading that on 3 commas. You've got XDC at 6 cents, which has literally been flat for months. And again, I think this is going to be an absolute monster of a project with trade finance. It's a big, big, big project, and it's a sleeper as well, part of the ISO 222 migration that is occurring in November. Just bullish on that one, guys. And of course, you've got Rose, which has dropped down significantly to 11 cents. And of course, XYO, which I'm bullish on as well. And it is available, and it's at 1 cent right now. And the other one is Reef. again, which again is under a cent. So again, you put a couple of dollars into that, you're going to be getting a massive bag of it. Let's go to crypto bubbles today to see what's happening in the market. Wait for it to refresh because it has a mind of its own. Okay, UST is down 27%, which is not good, guys. UST is at 12 cents right now. This, I mean, really, it should be at the price of the US dollar, $1. So, I mean, it's pretty bad what's happening there. Luna's down 23% today. Obviously, they've got an announcement that Do Kwon put out today in relation to the Luna, 2.0, guys, the fork of Luna. So we'll get into that in a second as well. Hex is down. I'm not invested in Hex. Let me know in the comments below if you actually are invested in Hex. You've got LG, LD, you've got Aave, Miota, Algorand as well, MKR, Hedera's up there, which is nice. It's pretty all over the place in the market at the moment, but I will say, on a positive note, that this is where real wealth is made. When you're buying during these quiet times and unpopular times, your dollar cost average in, you're not putting in anything that it's going to put you financially at risk. You're buying the dip and slowly just accumulating over time. This is where real wealth is actually made. And I witnessed this in my stock portfolio, which I saw some pretty insane returns, especially with ExxonMobil when the price of oil dipped below negative. So again, it was an incredible buying opportunity. So it's pretty much the same thing. It doesn't really change no matter what. So if you're buying low, you're going to be well in the future, guys, and you just need to think long term with this stuff. Anyway, moving on. FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried, the founder of crypto exchange FTX, has criticized the efficiency of Bitcoin as a payment network, only to meet heavy backlash from the crypto community. During an interview with the Financial Times, Bankman-Fried fueled environmental concerns associated with Bitcoin's network mining consensus proof of work, which is interesting, and claimed it is not scalable enough to accommodate millions of transactions. And I agree with him in that regard, that Bitcoin is a store of value in my opinion. So again, it's like digital gold. So again, if you're using this for transactions, I don't think I would ever use my Bitcoin to buy a coffee from a coffee shop or whatever it may be. I just wouldn't do that because again, it has a finite supply of 21 million. It will never change. It's not like altcoins as well. It's just got a maximum supply. So I don't know why you would use this as everyday transactions. I don't know why. It's a store of value. And again, I keep saying this, and I've said it before in many videos. If you're buying a coffee at $5 and you use Bitcoin to buy that, that coffee in probably 10 years will probably be worth about $1,000. Just saying, because I honestly think Bitcoin will go well and truly into the hundreds of thousands of dollars in the future. It will. It's just a matter of time, and we're very early in this space. Anyway, moving on. Some updates in relation to the XRP Ripple lawsuit. You've got XRP takes a dive ahead of Wednesday's SEC vs Ripple court date. That is Thursday in Australia. I've been bullish on XRP for a long time. It just goes to show that this case is, going to set a massive precedence. And I think they've just seriously gone after the one crypto project that is going to be changing the financial world forever. That's why they've gone after it as well, guys. But we'll move on. We'll have a look here, guys. This Wednesday, the SEC is to respond to Ripple's reply to the SEC brief. The Hinman files have become so pivotal that Ripple defense lawyer Matthew Solomon noted that the SEC is making at least 6 filings in opposition to defendants' 10th of August 2021 motion to compel. Last Friday, Ripple delivered a compelling argument. It remains to be seen, however, whether the SEC can convince the judge to do a complete about turn on the issue of attorney-client privilege. Let's see what happens here, guys, in the next couple of days. It's going to be very interesting here. In January and April, the court ruled in favor of Ripple, forcing the SEC into requests for extension of additional motions. With the court ruling likely key for both sides, either side may contest any court ruling, which is annoying. For the crypto market, an outcome in favor of the SEC would test XRP support ahead of any further motions right now. I think any positive news is going to send Ripple going skywards, and that's bullish as well. I'd be very curious to see what the judge is going to do in this case, and I'd really want to see what's in these documents because there's so many redacted, pieces of information, and they're all blacked out, and I've seen them all, and obviously you have as well. I'll be curious to see what the judge actually says about all of this on Wednesday this week. So we'll keep an eye on that as well. Obviously got here War on Terra. The nets are set to close in on key parts of the crypto system right now. The convulsions and implosions in the crypto universe, look at the descriptive language, are galvanizing regulators and legislators around the world, almost ensuring that something will be done to draw at least some crypto assets into the conventional regulatory nets. Could that be XRP Ripple? I don't know. Could it be other cryptocurrencies? Ethereum? It's going to be interesting, guys. What that something might be widely open for debate, with regulators torn between competing arguments for protecting consumers and financial stability, and the potential for unregulated crypto to drive innovation and efficiencies in the financial systems. You've got Janet Yellen right here. I honestly think she is an alien. Just saying, guys, I think there's that Men in Black with that little dude comes out of the head right there. Honestly, it's unbelievable. Anyway, so in the US, the UK, and Europe, however, the events last week, when the value of one big stablecoins has wiped out the largest broke the buck, have added urgency to proposals to regulate those particular crypto assets. Last week, obviously, this is in relation to TerraUSD, which was terrible. And again, I just want to point out as well, and I found an article on this, and this is what I mean by only invest what you can afford to lose. And I know a lot of people have had massive losses in, Luna and all this, terrible saga. Cryptocurrencies crash, sees man losing $650,000 in life savings. And again, someone took out here a $430,000 loan to buy the coin. I mean, I would never do that. I would never take out a loan to buy an asset. I mean, that's just madness. So again, only invest what you can afford to lose. Never put your life savings into any crypto asset or any investment for that matter, because you don't know, especially during these crazy times that we're all living in, especially with inflation going so high, property prices going through the roof, living expenses. You don't know. You can't predict anything. So don't risk anything like that. And again, moving on here, guys, to some other stuff as well. Now, this is in relation to Luna, the second Terra ecosystem right now, the revival plan provided by Do Kwon, obviously 10 hours ago when I was asleep and here in Australia. Luna Classic and hard fork right now. So this is interesting. So the founder and CEO of Terraform Labs has proposed a second revival plan for the embattled stablecoin ecosystem. Do Kwon has proposed a hard fork to split the existing blockchain. The old chain will be called Terra Classic, with the new Luna Classic token. Interesting, 1 billion new Luna tokens will be airdropped to stakers and developers if approved. On May 17th, the founder troubled Terra Luna network Do Kwon announced that his latest plans to revive the blockchain. He kicked it off by declaring that Terra is more than just UST, the dollar-pegged stablecoin which collapsed last week. His first proposal, which involved redistributing Luna tokens to the abandoning the UST stablecoin, was hotly debated and contested by many, my Twitter feed has literally just been all about Luna, which is fine. Moving on. So this has led to the second proposal, also involving forking and splitting the existing blockchain, but with few differences right now. So Terraform Labs will put forth a new governance proposal on May 18th. To fork the existing blockchain. It involves creating a new chain from the fork without the algorithmic stablecoin. Let me know in the comments what you think about that. The old chain would be called Terra Classic and the new token Luna Classic. And the new chain is to be called Terra with the Luna token right now. So again, the new Luna tokens will be airdropped to Luna Classic stakeholders, residual UST holders, and developers of the previous incarnation of Terra Network. A large portion of that token distribution will be allocated to providing an emergency runway for the existing Terra dApp developers and aligning the interests of developers with long-term success of the ecosystem. 1 billion new Luna tokens will be created and distributed, with a quarter going to the community pool controlled by staked governance and the other quarter to UST holders at a snapshot taken launch of May 27th. So it's obviously, still a few days away, which is going to be interesting. 35% of distributed Luna stakers are using a pre-attack snapshot just before the ecosystem collapsed on May 7th, which obviously I bought a couple of days ago, so that doesn't include me. And 10% will go to Luna holders. The rest will be split between the ecosystem developers. So Do Kwon admitted that competing interests made it difficult to agree on a way forward. Competing interests from varied stakeholders such as Luna and UST holders and Terra builders make it extremely difficult and unlikely to achieve consensus on a cohesive, congruent plan right there, he stated, before adding, it would be devastating for the broader crypto adoption and advancement if we remain in the entropy amidst the opposing views right here. So the existing ecosystem is built in principle of supply and demand, whereby Luna is minted and destroyed to redeem UST. This works well. When there is demand and prices are increasing, but a massive liquidation from DeFi protocols offering huge returns on stablecoin stake and resulting in the eventual downfall of the system Obviously, Anchor Protocol as well. I did not get involved into Anchor Protocol. Like, I was thinking it, I was considering it, but I didn't do it. So it is what it is, guys. And again, who knows where Luna's going to go? Let me know in the comments what you think below. It'd be very interesting to see what everyone's opinion is about this. Obviously, you've got crypto. That's your crash right there. And crypto crackdown coming for your tax returns. I said this yesterday in my video before. Please be careful with your taxes and crypto gains and capital gains. This all applies to any crypto trading, any obviously staking that you're doing. Everything needs to be declared in your tax return. So please don't avoid that stuff as well. But it's making news headlines because they are going after everything right now, obviously scrambling to get as much income to the country as possible. That's just my opinion anyway. So they're going after crypto, guys, because that's where the money is right now. Obviously, you've got the cryptometer.io. Wait for it to refresh. In the last day, you've got BNB and USDC. And if you go to the last hour, Solana and Cardano. Let me know if you are holding Cardano. I'm curious because a lot of people hate it. Some people love it. I'm basically neutral on this. I think Cardano is going to be a great layer one project to hold in the portfolio. But that's just my opinion. Anyway, let's move to Twitter. Now, I just want to play this interview right here from this gentleman I watched last night, Rostin Benham, right here from the CFTC. And again, the SEC and the CFTC, I think the CFTC should be handling cryptocurrencies, not the SEC. That's my opinion, but we'll have a watch of this interview, guys. It's really interesting.
Historically,
there's a lot of back and forth. There's a Senate bill that's made its way through that would leave the SEC in charge of a large portion of the oversight. I think it would move some of the regulation to the CFTC. Are you familiar with that bill, and what do you think of it?
Yeah, I mean, this is a little bit of an age-old issue between the CFTC and the SEC. We have a great relationship historically. We continue to communicate and work together. We have a lot of common registrants, but within this space, in my view, it makes sense for commodities to be regulated by the Commodity Futures Trading Commission and securities to be regulated by the SEC. And within the sphere of digital assets and the coins, which make up thousands and thousands, there are naturally going to be some commodities and some securities. And in my view, it makes sense to sort of parse through the two and figure out where we can place each. And it's going to be difficult because from a legislative standpoint, again, given what I said earlier, given the novelty of some of these coins and the technology, we're going to have to figure out what would constitute a security under the traditional securities law and what would constitute more of a commodity so that we can regulate appropriately given the two different legal structures.
Yeah, it's tricky. It's all in the eye of the beholder. The SEC chair, Gary Gensler, has said he thinks most of those tokens are securities under the law right now. Does that sound about right to you?
Well, I could say for sure Bitcoin, which is the largest of the coins and has always been the largest regardless of the total market cap of the entire, digital asset market capitalization, is a commodity. So Ether as well, I've argued this before, my predecessors have as well, is a commodity. So there may be, in fact, hundreds, if not thousands of security coins.
Where's Ripple?
But there are plenty of commodity coins, and I think it makes sense, as we've done historically, to make sure that each agency has jurisdiction over commodities and security.
Gosh. Anyway, I just honestly, the CFTC did obviously disclose that XRP is a virtual currency. Look at this right here, and I'll show you this now. I want to bring this up because, again, it's just crazy. I just don't understand why the SEC will not leave Ripple alone. Honestly, it was already decided by the CFTC that it is a virtual currency. The CFTC, sorry, the Commodity Futures Trading Commission. It's a tongue twister. And thank you very much, XRP Crypto Quebec 66K_JD. That's a very long username. Thank you for this, man. And appreciate this. But you can see right here, what is Bitcoin? It goes through all of this stuff as usual. And then if you scroll down here, have a look at this on the screen. It is important to note that there are many other virtual currencies with sizable market capitalizations, guys, that are built upon blockchain technologies that may have different characteristics and functionalities, obviously, other than Bitcoin. Than Bitcoin, including Ethereum or Ether, Litecoin, and Ripple. I can zoom in right there. Can you see that? So I just don't understand why the SEC is just being absolutely ridiculous. I think Gensler's just, again, on a power trip right now, and I think he's going to be going after a significant amount of cryptocurrencies, just saying it is a currency. Anyway, moving on. Do Kwon right here. Obviously, the Revival Plan 2 right here. It has been inspiring to partake in the dynamic discourse regarding the best next steps for Terra. Taking feedback from the community and thoughtful proposals, I would like to suggest the following for the path forward. At least he's communicating a path forward, which again is positive in my opinion. He's not avoiding it, which is good. Moving on, credible bull. Sorry, forgive me if I'm pronouncing the name wrong. It's been a long day. I think many underestimate just how massive the next crypto bubble will be. The .com bubble peaked at a market valuation of $9 trillion. Adjust for inflation. With the advent of social media, the game has changed, and speculative mania will drive the crypto bubble much higher than the .com. And I agree. Facts right there. I think crypto is just getting started, and I think the next boom is going to happen in the next few years, guys. It's going to be absolutely insane. And those who are buying now during these tough and tumultuous times are the ones that are going to be benefiting right now. Today, 44 countries will discuss Bitcoin with President of El Salvador. That is bullish. Now, this is interesting as well. Whale Alert just put up this post, guys. So somebody bought 50 million XRP valued at $21 million and transferred from crypto.com to an unknown wallet. That is bullish as anything, guys. DAI stablecoin has lost its peg to the dollar, which is interesting as well. I don't know what's going to happen with USD Tether. Fingers crossed nothing happens, but I doubt it because it's too big to fail right now. Binance CEO, we are asked the Terra team to compensate retail users first and Binance last, if ever. Obviously, that Terra obviously gave a significant amount of Luna to Binance. That is now like worth literally nothing. So again, that's pretty full on as well. The number of addresses holding at least one Bitcoin have reached new all-time highs, 836,000. That is massive. Bitcoin has no future as payments network, says FTX chief. Obviously the crypto arbitrage king right now. And also, I just want to point out before I end this video pretty soon that COTPS, again, please do not invest any more money into this. Don't go putting any money into that. Again, there's no resolutions for this SMS code. And again, I honestly think that they've run off with the money. As I mentioned yesterday, I've taken a massive hit of $30,000. Yes, I took my initial small investment out compared to what it is now. But again, it still hurts to have that kind of a loss. But anyway, moving on. Don't invest any more money into it. Please be careful with it. Stay away from it until something eventually happens, if anything, but I doubt that's going to happen. You've got billionaire crypto investor Mike Novogratz hasn't tweeted since the Luna and Terra imploded. Let me know in the comments what you think about that. 3 billion Luna already burnt. I only put in $100 into Luna, and I've got a massive bag from that, which is interesting. Do Kwon proposes the fork. Excuse me. Terra founder Do Kwon has proposed a new community-owned chain for Luna. Portugal's finance minister plans to tax crypto, of course. Elon Musk says high inflation is a result of government printing money. Again, that's facts right there. And this is an interesting tweet about VeChain. VeChain is offering up to $30,000 to Terra Luna developers to help them migrate to its blockchain. Very interesting right there. And of course, moving on to the total crypto market cap now, if we go here, you've got $1.3 trillion. You've got $87 billion in volume, which hasn't pretty much changed since yesterday. It's been very quiet. 44% BTC, 19% Ethereum, 19,400 cryptocurrencies. It's crazy stuff right here. And basically my portfolio consisting of these following coins. You've got Bitcoin sitting at 30,000 USD today, which is nice to see that finally above the 30K mark. XRP's at 43 cents. Cardano's at 57 cents. And of course, these other ones here, guys, XDC at 4 cents. You've got XYO at 1 cent right now. Reef is under a cent as well. UFO Gaming, Veracity, Star Atlas are my favorites. And of course, the banking coins right here. Again, I don't even need to talk about these. I think they're unbelievable, and I think they're going to be game changers for this crypto space because they're not reliant on retail investors. That's pretty much it for today's video, ladies and gentlemen. Let me talk about it in the comments, what you think of the Terra 2.0 fork right now. Be interesting to see what happens in the next few days, all right? Stay safe, everyone. We'll speak to you soon. Peace, bye.